Got a little moisture on the bottom. This is very good. I'm actually shocked. I thought it would be overdone. Woo! Thank you, son! Hey guys, I'm Katie, and today I'm reviewing the GoSun solar oven. I'm gonna test how well it works, if the food it makes tastes good, and if this is something you should buy. This is supposed to be for camping, which is something I really, really love to do. It also might come in handy during the apocalypse. I don't know. I'm liking the idea of using the power of the sun to cook. All right, let's do this. I just want to show you that it's showing you all the places you could take this on the go, on the road, at home, on the water, on your yacht if you have one, and then while you camp, which is really what I'm excited about. It heats up to 550 degrees Fahrenheit, which that seems pretty hot. Cooks in clouds and freezing cold. Well, that's good. Today we have a pretty sunny day, so we're not gonna be able to test out if it actually works in clouds, but that's all right. It does look like you're cooking in a tubular fashion. It looks like it's a tube that's going into a sunglass case. It looks like a large case your dad would have. Let's open her up. Ooh, we've got some silicone dishes here, I'm assuming. Instructions. Ooh, it comes with its own oh, it's like a backpack. You can put it in here and go on a hike and then make your friends a casserole? We'll find out. Oh, here's the case we saw on the front. Oh, and this is it. This is the thing. It has a nice weight to it, which I always like. It makes it feel better quality. Oh my gosh, the power of the sun. When I look at this, like if you were like, let's make food, I would be a little confused, just because I've never cooked in a tube. This thing is definitely not gonna be about presentation, but when you're camping, it doesn't really matter. And then you've got these reflectors, and something with science happens, and it heats it up. And that's how science works. So I've read the user guide. I think I know how to set it up. First, we open this guy, and there's this thing called the prop stick, which you rotate, keeps it open. And then there are the kickstand, they're calling in the back. And this is the stabilizer. It goes in like that, and it sits up like so. So in the front, there's the GoSun dial right here, and there's a little red dot. And what they want you to do is get it in front of the sun, so that the shadow of the red dot is in the center. I'm gonna test out 3 things today. First, how well it boils water. We're gonna make some hot cocoa. I feel like it's a camping staple. Then we'll try some omelets for breakfast. And then we'll end with dessert, which is gonna be a little bit harder. We're gonna try to make some brownies. First thing we'll do is add some water to our tube here. Let's see how much this can take. Oh, okay, great. That was about 2 cups. And then they call this the tray, and you're gonna take the silicone cap off the top, which I think is pretty handy, and place it over your tube. And then we've gotta find the sun. This feels like a science trip, or like we've taken a field trip. I think that's right. I think I got it like immediately. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 45 minutes, and we'll come back and have some hot cocoa. In the meantime, I'm just gonna go set up a tent. I don't have a tent. You guys, it's been 1 hour. I had to let it go a little bit longer, but we're finally boiling, and it's pretty exciting. I feel like I have a superpower when you're cooking with the sun. So now it's time to have hot cocoa. I'm using a mitt because it feels so hot. And if you guys can see, there's steam coming out of here. Is this hot to touch? Oh no, this is so cool. This is perfectly cold. This is crazy. So I'm gonna take this string thing here, and I think that's gonna help me pour. Ooh, it's hot. Yes. So that was almost all the water, and it made 1 big cup of cocoa. We'll add our hot chocolate. It's melting this chocolate. The true test though, I call this the marshmallow test. Is it hot enough that when I put these marshmallows on, it will melt them? Ooh. All right, you guys, it's time for the taste test. It's hot. I hope it's not as hot as the sun, because then I'm gonna burn my mouth. All right, let's do it. Oh, so good. Because it's so hot. I can't believe that it was as boiling as it is. I'm definitely gonna have to let this cool down a little bit before I consume more, but this worked out really well. I'm really excited. Why don't we try to make an omelet? We're just gonna make a standard omelet here. Some eggs, peppers, cheese, a little bit of bacon. And I keep calling this an omelet. This is more like an open-faced omelet or scrambled eggs, kind of. with just toppings. If we can only make 3 eggs at a time, again, it's cool that it's using the power of the sun, but time-wise, it takes a little bit longer. So if you were camping with a lot of people, this would be kind of tricky. So you can either grease this or line the tube tray with parchment. I've lined it with parchment. Now we're gonna pour in our eggs. So now I'll add in some cheese, do some peppers. Gotta have reds and greens. And last but not least, a bacon, because I like bacon. Oh, I didn't add my seasoning. Fidge. I'm gonna add my seasoning now. Don't do it like me. Do it when you mix your eggs together. Again, you can only do 2 omelets or eggs at a time. Before I put it into the solar cooker, I'm actually gonna find the sun first. That way we don't have a bunch of movements and things spilling. And oh, perfect. So here we go. This is a little bit tricky. It's a little, I can imagine me tripping and dropping this. So this is supposed to take 25 minutes. I'm a little suspect because the water took an hour instead of 45 minutes, but we'll come back in 25 and see how it looks. Do your thing, son. Son. Don't look into the sun, kids. All right, it's time to check on our omelets. I think it's about ready. This is about 40 minutes later, and we finally have 2 cooked eggs. The way this cooks is this side gets hot first, and then the heat distributes upwards. The issue with this is that now you have really overcooked eggs at the top, and then this side took forever to cook at the bottom. Some egg got below the parchment. So online, they recommended greasing and doing the parchment. We both greased and did parchment. I think you maybe just lose the parchment altogether because it doesn't really seem to work that well. And it's tube food. It's tube food. But hey, let's give it a taste and then we'll know. It's a little overcooked. It's a little rubbery. If you're camping, it's fuel. If it's the apocalypse, this is gourmet. I'm gonna give this about a B minus. It was fine. Let's try brownies and see if this guy can win me back over. It's our final test, brownies. I'm very excited about this, but I am also nervous. I feel like we're gonna get some overbaked ones and then maybe some fudgy ones, which I love fudgy. We're just gonna make a typical box brownie mix here. Keep it easy when you're camping. You don't have time to get too frou-frou. When I was getting ready for the brownies, I went and washed actually this tray, and it was pretty tricky to clean off. Even though we had greased it, it wasn't easy to do. Usually when I go camping, I stick to the classic s'mores, but let me know in the comments what kind of desserts you guys like to eat when you camp. We're gonna be testing out these silicone molds for this one. What I like about the silicone molds is you can get your own. That's fun. It also says it's gonna double in size, so I am gonna try to only fill this halfway. So our trays are filled. I gotta find the sun for the 3rd and final time today. The sun is right behind me here, so let's see. Can I find the sun? Can I find the sunshine in my life? I found the sun. You guys remember that song? Ready to go. Feels like I'm like loading up a spaceship or a rocket launcher. We're gonna let this go for 25 minutes, so I have a feeling it's gonna be closer to an hour. And we'll be back to see if we get some yummy, yummy brownies. We checked them at 25 minutes and they were not done, so we let them go for 40 minutes total, and oh, they look so good. This side got a little bit more baked than the left side, just because again, it's cooking in a line. The heat's moving up, but overall not too bad. You'll definitely want to let this cool down a little bit because it is very hot when it comes out. None of this food has looked super glamorous, but if you're surviving the apocalypse or going camping, who cares? Ooh, do you see that? Got a little moisture on the bottom. It looks a little fudgy, which I like. Bottoms up. Yes. Woo! Thank you, son! Wow. You know what? If you like an end piece of a brownie, it kind of tastes like that because the outside's a little crusty, but then it also feels like you get a center brownie because it's super fudgy on the inside. The fact that I made this brownie and I only use the sun as the energy and it tastes this good, that is a win for me for life. So that's very cool. It's getting A+ plus extra credit. Okay guys, we're done. We cooked with the sun. It was really fun and quite an adventure. Does this work well? Well, it did boil the water. It actually got it to a rolling boil, which is pretty crazy. It took a long time and didn't boil that much water. It made kind of iffy eggs. They were cooked, but they were not cooked evenly or well. But then it made some really, really delicious brownies. The price of this guy is $129. That's pretty expensive. I don't think that this is for a casual camper. I'm gonna give him a middle thumbs just because it's a very specific product for a specific type of person. I wouldn't necessarily take it on a camping trip, but it did work and it's a pretty cool product. All right, that's it. It was so fun cooking with the sun with you guys. Let us know if there's any other gadgets you want us to try out, and until next time, bye. Bye, son. Thank you for your help.
Oh, yes.